Okay, back again. Smart FM 101.1, Smart FM, the spirit of Indonesia, BPC.
Wow,
Oh,
brag
right,
and
and-
breathe.
Give big applause for us first. Okay, we still, of course, waiting our friends to join with us here. The topic is Dangdut is the music of our country. Yeah, talking again and again, talking about Dangdut. Dangdut is how to translate some in English. Hak kekayaan intelektual tak benda. You know, our government try right now to register our Dangdut to UNESCO. You know UNESCO? Oh my God, part of PBB, United Nations. This is a very, very amazing. So, how could it be? Yeah, because Dangdut is our originally from our country. It's genuine, absolutely genuine from Indonesia. So other country cannot, I have to say, claim that Dangdut is mine. No, man, no, not like that. So how do you think about Dangdut is now? How to say? Government try to register to UNESCO. How do you think about it?
Well, it's a really a good idea, and then because like when we consider like several moments previously, like for example like batik, rendang, and
Yeah.
a lot of Indonesian culture, like it is really hard. People outside of Asia, especially outside of Indonesia and Malaysia,
Yeah.
still couldn't figure out which one is this from. For example, batik, they don't know which one batik is from. But we believe that it's from Indonesia, and then we know that it's from Indonesia, but well, like some people in Malaysia claim that. So this is why before that becomes too late, so we have to do it at the very first time, so that there is no reason anymore for other countries to claim our culture again like it used to be.
How do you support Dangdut to register and UNESCO? I mean, do you have a small step to do that? I mean, yeah, to support the government.
Well, I'm not really. I don't really know actually about how to do it. But as long as Indonesian government wants to register it to UNESCO, I really support it. But I don't know how to do it actually.
Okay, okay, okay. What about you? Do you get
Yeah.
my point?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. So yeah, Dangdut as an intellectual rights, yeah, from
Yeah,
Indonesia.
intellectual rights.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay. I think it's very necessary, yeah, since like our brother said before, many people, especially coming from abroad, didn't know where this is coming from.
Yeah.
Is it coming from Malaysia? Is it coming from other countries? Who knows? So it is very important for us to put this kind of to put Dangdut to UNESCO as an intellectual rights. And I think by putting it to the UNESCO, is it true? UNESCO?
UNESCO.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, by putting it in UNESCO, I'm totally sure that it will strengthen our intellectual rights that, like I've said before, and then many people outside of Indonesia will no longer misunderstand about where is this coming from. Is it coming from Malaysian or sort of like that? And then I think by putting it also in UNESCO, it will create most of singers in Indonesia will be like much more popular because finally the people coming from outside of Indonesia know that, oh, actually this is originally coming from Indonesia. And then I do hope that at the end of the day it will give like huge exposures, especially towards our country. And then I'm totally sure that it will not only strengthen our identity as Indonesia, but also it will I believe that it will give like economical impact, especially towards our country, since the exposure got from Dangdut itself.
Smart idea.
Yeah, sure.
So anyway, do you like a talent search like Dangdut talent search? Do you like talent search?
Talent search,
Yeah,
like
talent search.
pencari bakat begitu.
Yes.
Okay,
Do you like
talent search. We can say like scouting, yeah. It's just the same thing actually.
Yeah, talent
talents code. Yeah, I think it's very necessary. Yeah, especially we actually have like a lot of competitions that provide chance, especially for the talents, for the talent scouting to find someone that is very talented in dangdut, so that we can select them, which one is the best from the best, and then we can make them as an representative to introduce the dangdut itself, especially to the world, so that people know more that dangdut is very amazing, dangdut is extraordinary. And then they finally know that this is coming from Indonesia. I want to visit Indonesia. So actually the conclusion is that the most important thing is exposure, because exposure is very necessary to maintain a certain identity.
You may mention the program, the name program of that talent search, but you don't need to mention the station.
Like Dangdut Academy.
Dangdut Academy. Okay. Do you like spend your time?
It was very popular actually because I used to watch it with my family.
Oh really?
Yeah. It was very popular at the moment, and then we watched together with our big family.
What season do you like?
The first season.
It
was very booming at the moment. The first season was very booming at the moment.
Very impressive.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Even me, like at first I sort of like dislike dangdut, but start liking it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. What about you? Do you like a talent search?
What like?
Talent search.
Yeah, I really like Dangdut Academy.
Okay.
Because
Same with Nahwi.
I used to not like dangdut, but because of Dangdut Academy, it shows a lot of like young, talented dangdut singers.
Yeah.
So I started thinking that we as a young people don't need to be shy anymore to show off that we like dangdut.
Yeah.
So that is the first time I started trying to sing dangdut songs. That at the very first time, there is none of dangdut songs that I knew, but now I think that there are like more than 20 songs that I know in dangdut because of this dangdut talent search.
Who is your favorite singer from talent search?
Well, from Goa, roughly.
Oh,
because first like he is young, like almost the same age with me.
Yes.
And then the voice is like really good for me.
Okay. What about Lesti, Fildan, Selvi?
Well,
Wayne, Ichal. What about it?
They are good singers. And then but what inspires me to sing dangdut is Rafli Goa, because I know that he's like me.
Is Rafli your neighbor? Sembom.
Sembom. Yeah, actually, near from my home. Actually.
Okay. How do you think about the season by season of the talent shows on TV?
We cannot deny that the first season cannot be beaten by the recent season, but it is still big. Well, the first season till the third season is the very huge moment of dangdut at the time. Everyone watched dangdut, start from adult people, old people, and even like children watch dangdut at the time. And then it's still until right now, people the level of dangdut got higher because of this dangdut talent search. So we have to appreciate Dangdut Academy actually, because like until right now, when you open TikTok, Instagram, like there are a lot of like TikTokers. TikTokers cover, not only do they cover about Western and pop, but also they are proud to cover about dangdut songs, and then we have to appreciate it.
Okay, my next question. How is significant? How different dangdut with other music genre like a pop, jazz, rock, R&B, rap, and so on?
Well, I think it's really different because I think that when people already good at like pop, most likely they are going to be easy to learn about rock, to learn about other genre, but when it comes to learning about how to song dangdut, they will need like a huge effort to do it. Because it extra effort because it is really different. Because like the vibration, like in Indonesia we call it like cengkok, like it is like kind of confused for other people, especially in Western people. They will see that what kind of technique singing is that. Like I think it is really different, and then we have to be proud of it.
Please give example. Cengkok.
Could you please do it?
No, just one. Okay, come on.
Hanya dia.
Giving applause.
Ada di antara jantung.
I like it.
You must join in the.
Oh my God! What about you? How's different? How different dangdut with others music genre? In your point of view?
Probably. Yeah, actually, to be honest, I don't have like sort of kind of knowledge, especially in dangdut, but I got a little insight from our brother Fikri. So probably what makes it different is cengkok. So the way we twist our voice and then create sort of like unique voice. So probably that is the thing that that is the thing that that attract me the most as the cengkok, how they twist their voice and resulting unique voice and etc. So and then probably about the the song itself. There are certain songs, in my opinion, that is very unique. Like I've said before, Begadang Jangan Begadang. And then I think when I analyzed the lyric itself, it is not only entertaining, but it is also like giving sort of kind of advice. It contains advice, suggestions,
positive way.
So indirectly it will influence the listener to do like sort of good thing. So it's not only like moving around and dancing around, but it is also consisted of good things.
Okay, I agree. Totally agree about it. Did you know, guys, smart listeners and guys, that dangdut is the one of subject in a broad country, and also like a forward country and third world country also, like in America, Australia, Canada, Germany, France, and so on. And also in a broad country like America, there is like a new new genre of dangdut itself, like cowboy dangdut. Cowboy dangdut. There is like some artists in America. They we call them like cowboy dangdut because they use a cowboy and they playing dangdut by their version. And they are very popular in America and also in Asia and Indonesia also. So there is special moment that they come to Indonesia and introduce themselves to our country by TV, national TV, and like in Liga Dangdut station. They introduce themselves. Who are they? They are cowboy dangdut, and that's why this is a very amazing, because oh my God, there is Bule to playing dangdut in America, United States. It's amazing. And also like special subject in a broad country, some university in random country, they put dangdut is one of subject. Salah satu mata kuliah mereka. It's a very very interesting and it's unique, And we talk about dangdut. Dangdut is a very very universal and very flexible, because dangdut can mix with another music genre like pop dangdut, like R&B, dangdut R&B, like rock, dangdut rock, like jazz, dangdut jazz, like
so it is fluid,
Melayu dangdut, Arabic, Hindi dangdut, traditional like Sunda, dangdut Jawa, dangdut Bugis, dangdut Makassar, and so on. Oh my God, unlimited,
Very great, yeah.
unlimited, very flexible. This dangdut, because I don't know actually. This is amazing. This is amazing. So talk about dangduts. We will talk about our favorite singer. Yeah, who is your favorite singer except Rhoma Irama? No,
Yeah.
Rhoma Irama, no, because you already mentioned you also.
I do apologize, small listener. Yeah, I don't have like a wide knowledge,
Okay.
especially related with dangdut. Yeah, so probably I will mention Rhoma Irama still.
Oh my God,
Still Rhoma Irama.
move
Okay.
on, please.
Yeah, I got. Atiko dong.
Atiko do?
Yeah, from
Do you wanna
Seraya.
meet with her?
Of course.
I'm
I got
gonna
that.
make it. I'm gonna make it. Yeah, I'm gonna make it.
Yeah. So yeah, actually, Ati is very
Why?
popular.
Why?
I don't know. Probably it is because, in my opinion, yeah, probably at that moment,
Yeah.
because Ati comes from South Sulawesi,
Ah.
so there is like a sort of pride, you know, because we are in the same region. And
Okay.
then what I love the most from her is that they try to promote our culture
Okay.
through TV. So our identity, our local culture, the way we talk is well known by the people in there. The moment when they are doing like competition.
In other words, she is an ambassador of dangdut
Yeah,
from South Sulawesi,
yeah.
right? That's why you
Great
feel proud.
ambassador.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
she's not only like having competition in there, but she is also try to introduce our local culture in here. So that's why I love her the most.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. He is your fan.
Yeah.
Okay, what about you? Do you have a favorite singer in dangdut?
Like I've mentioned before, like besides Rafli,
No, yeah,
Besides
beside Rafli and Rhoma Irama and
Um,
others.
like I actually not I like Selfie, not because we are in the same
Selfie
race.
Yama. Yeah,
Selfie,
Liga
not because
Dangdut.
we are in the selfie
Satu.
in the self race or region.
Yeah.
I like Rafli and Selfie,
Mhm.
but I just really like the way he makes
See. Yeah.
she makes dangdut really calm for me, like really beautiful for me.
Okay.
Like the cengkok, like it's just really unique.
Like PPKM?
Like PPKM,
Dangdut Bugis?
Dangdut Bugis. Yeah, so that is why like a lot of people in Indonesia, not only from South Sulawesi,
Yeah.
but also
I agree.
national, like in general, people really like Selfie. So that is why I like her, not because we are in the same race, just because like he can make dangdut more beautiful for me.
Okay, keep your statement. We'll be right back after this 101.1 Smart FM, the spirit of Indonesia.